Hey guys, Woods Farm here, Project 222, just back out in the shop working on the Scout car. Today we're going to start working on that top deck, kind of the roof area of the vehicle. So stick around and check it out. Okay guys, today we're going to start working on that top roof or the deck of the vehicle, the area around the turret opening. I started working on this a little bit last year. I think I want to make some slight adjustments to the dimensions and the sizing, so I may have to remove a piece and do some repatterning, so I think that's what we're going to start with. I'll take you over to the vehicle and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we want to start patterning out the roof area. And I already have this front section done, and I started cutting out part of the arc or the circle for the turret. However, I looked at the diagrams and I think I want to make a few adjustments. I think I want that to actually move back a couple of inches. So I'm going to cut that plate out and we are going to repattern the opening for the turret. I've got some new material, so eventually later in the video we'll get to cutting some of that out and possibly installing it in the car. So here's the section I started last year, and re-looking at some of the diagrams, the distance here is a little bit further back, I think, and I may actually make the turret ring maybe a little bit smaller. I'm going to work on that. I, for whatever reason, centered the ring based on the dimensions of this plate, and then I look at the diagrams and the turret is actually set back a little bit. It's not centered in this plate, so that changes things. Just a slight oversight on my part, got excited. But the good thing is I haven't gone too far into it, so to make the adjustments, really I think what I'm going to do is just cut this plate out. I can recycle this material potentially for these pieces here, and continue back with the rear section. A lot of that rear section there that's cardboard, that's all a mesh grate. That small piece at the very back, that is solid, covers the engine bay and the radiator. Okay, now that I've got all that patterning done and I've cut out those plates, the next step is to remove the old piece of the roof up at the front. I'm going to grind that out and get it prepped and ready to install the 2 plates that I cut out. That's going to move the turret opening back about 4 inches, and it should line up a lot better with the original vehicle. So it's this section of the roof here that we're going to remove, because you can see the opening for the turret, it needs to move back. So luckily this is only tacked in place. I'm going to grind out those tacks and we'll knock this plate out, and then we'll be able to put in the new pieces. So let's get started. Okay, now that I've got the front section of the roof completed, I gotta move towards the back. I've got that crossbar, I put that in prematurely. I actually need to cut that out, move it back 4 inches, and then start working on the framework that supports the mesh. The back section of the roof is actually a mesh to allow air into the crew compartment and to the radiator to cool down the engine. The very, very back of the roof is a solid section. I gotta find a way to bolt that down and set that in place. So that's what we're gonna work on next. Okay guys, I'm gonna wrap the video up here. I've got most of the roof figured out. There's still some small things to do, and I'll finish that up in another video. Just a heads up, we're getting very close to starting the turret. I'm gonna start kind of at the bottom and work my way up. So I'm gonna come up with a mount and the bottom section of the pintle for the top part of the turret. We're gonna start working on that. I'm gonna have to go and source some parts to make the mechanism to traverse the turret. So we're gonna be working on some more mechanical things in the next couple of videos. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching.